I have CPTSD from many traumatic events in my life. I don't know why I'm getting emotional making this. It sucks, and some days it is truly debilitating. I will share with you my tools in my toolbox. But what's important to remember, probably number one, is that even though you are healing, you will never be healed from a mental illness. It is ongoing, and we are going to have to work every day to fight it. So when the bad days do come, it's important to not get stuck into our head that we are this failure. We have to think that this is my illness and I'm better than it. You have to find at least one support person that you can reach out to no matter whatever crazy thought is going into your brain, and you know that they are not going to judge you and they are going to validate your feelings. Even if they don't truly understand what you're going through, they understand that you are going through it. Something else that has truly helped me, medication, pharmaceutical, and natural. Do not be afraid to try different medications until you find what is right for you. If a medication doesn't seem to be working, that's not the end all be all. There's tons of things to try. And when I discovered the natural plants of Mary Jane, it was truly life-changing. Thanks to Mary Jane, I was able to come off of my antidepressants until the base and war situation, and then I had to go back on them. But Mary Jane truly just lets me be present, be a person, not listen to all of the voices in my head telling me that I'm a failure. You need to identify your triggers. This has been a big thing for me. I'm learning that not being heard is a big trigger of mine, but some things don't always necessarily have to be screamed from the rooftops. I'm gonna give you an example. I get super anxious while grocery shopping, to the point where sometimes I do have to call my husband and be like, hey, I'm having an anxiety attack in the grocery store. He's like, you're good, babe. You're good. You got this. Finish grocery shopping. I love you. And that's all it takes. If that's too much for you, then go find less. I'm a lot. It's okay. But I've noticed when I get triggered very badly out in the public space is because I've usually smelled something that takes me back to one of those events. Perf cologne. I can't. It makes me want to vomit. If I'm out and about and I smell that cologne or someone else's scent that is reminiscent of a traumatic event in my life, my survival mode kicks in and I'm like, whew. In those instances, it's important for me to practice grounding. So I will focus on my senses, what I can see, what I can feel, what I can smell. And when I smell that smell, I know I'm triggered because of this. When I feel the panic take over my body, I try to focus on what could be triggering me. And sometimes there isn't an actual trigger, it's just my brain today. When I'm having an off day, for me, it's very important to communicate that with my family. I let them know that I'm kind of on edge today, I'm just feeling whatever. So if I am very short or quick-tempered, I immediately apologize. But they also know that it's not a reflection of how I feel about them. And the dreams are something else, let me tell you that. That's what I'm struggling with the most right now. In my adolescence, my dreams were a happy place for me. They were filled with my hopes and my dreams of getting out of the situations I was in currently. Now, my reality has become everything I could have dreamed about, but my dreams are reminiscent of pretty much every fear I have. I'm trying to take it day by day and focus on what I can control. I do have a few episodes of my podcast where I talk about my CPTSD and my other mental diagnoses, and I do have episodes coming up that I am going to really talk a lot more about this. I hope you can find some comfort in my little ramblings. Most importantly, please know that you are not alone, and this is a safe space.